and welcome. So today I am going to talk about our fifth dimension of wellness. And today we are specifically talking about intellectual wellness. And that I think that kind of will resemble our occupational wellness a bit. Um, because it reaches into our abilities, into our skills and willingness to learn new things. So, what exactly is intellectual wellness? It is our, characteristic or ability to be able to critically think, to learn new skills, to understand new perspectives, the capacity also to be able to question things because we may read a lot, we may study a lot, maybe if you're into research, you may research quite a bit. So, in understanding each of those, there's always more to be discovered. So, just because we hear something or we've read something, let's look a little further. So, that's part of being having that intellectual wellness, having the capacity to look further and understand further than what we've been exposed to. So those are really really good skills to have, and be able to question and understand further on things that we thought we knew that may not necessarily be facts anymore. Maybe there's new ways, new things, new skills, new something that we can develop and understand from there. But it's also being able to change a way of thinking. So sometimes if we don't understand something, we can't relate, we can't, maybe agree. And not to say that agreeing means or understanding means now you agree with somebody else. Absolutely not. But it means that you are now capable of understanding why this other individual, why other people or groups of people behave or react or understand things a certain way or believe certain things. This again is allows us that intellectual capacity to be able to understand new things. It's the saying of being able to agree to disagree. I understand you, however that doesn't mean I necessarily have to agree with you. But now you have that ability, that capacity to understand. So always informing yourselves, reading, picking up books all the time, is crucial to furthering our knowledge. Now with technology, information is at the tip of our fingers, right? We can search, Google, translate anything and everything that we want. So, we are no longer incapacitated to learning because we have everything at our fingertips. So, intellectual wellness is key, and it's really important for us to be able to have those one, intellectual conversations, but the ability to communicate with others and to understand further other things that maybe we didn't understand before. So motivating yourself to learning new things is part of this intellectual wellness. So this is a very brief video today, because it's kind of self-explanatory, right? That intellectual wellness is just allowing yourself the space to continue learning. So even though you may have gone to school and learned a subject, that doesn't mean that's where that stops. There's probably new information now out there or something that contradicts that. So it's always good to understand every side to things, right? And we see this very clearly with what's happening with COVID. That's probably the easiest example I can give you. There's so many mixed messages, and everyone has different opinions about it, and that's okay. Learn to respect each other and to understand each other as to why you believe or you're behaving or you're reacting to what's happening in your own way, so long as you're respectful of each other. It is okay to think differently, but understand what's going on around you, because there's so many sides to a story. So it's very very important to always kind of see the full story, read the full story, and not just one side or one narrative. It's very very important to understand that. There's a saying that I think it's been very common, and I think we've seen it and heard it quite often, but it's very relatable to having the intellectual wellness. And that saying is, it's easier to fool people than it is to convince them that they have been fooled. And that was by Mark Twain, and that is so true. If we're not well read, anyone can come in and convince us of anything that they want. They can sell us whatever they want. And I think we have to do our own work, our own research, to further understand what is best for us individual. We can't decide for anybody else, but we can certainly decide for ourselves. So it's very, very important that you are fully aware of what your choices are in life, in anything, work, school, your profession, your relationships. You need to do your due diligence to choose for yourself, to be able to choose for yourself and what's best for you. And if you don't develop that capacity of intellectual wellness, well, then some of those things are probably going to suffer because you haven't necessarily done your work. You can't necessarily be a follower. Make sure that you have your own opinions, that you have your own stance on things. Again, always being respectful. So I hope you like this video in intellectual wellness, and I will see you here next time for our 6th dimension of wellness. Take care.